Hi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm very nervous. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to change the shift here, but
doesn't matter.
I have more a curiosity, or I'm a quantum healing hypnosis technique practitioner, and
Meaning
that I get to speak with people, and then in a level where their higher self is, I get the consciousness by a guided meditation where you
can see into their vortex?
No, I don't see nothing. I wish.
You sense it?
I can sense it, but in a way where in a state of alpha or gamma where you are more relaxed, I ask questions, and your higher self can be open, and I ask your higher self to talk. And then we can...
So there's a process where you get the physical not believing part of them out, and absent the belief that doesn't allow it, then our only question is, when they come back to their normal physicality, have they changed, or did the change only happen in the non-resistant state?
Well, I did my own, and has changed my life in miracle ways, and I found the purpose of my life, which is, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
But in this process, which is amazing, it's like talking to you, but with the higher consciousness of whoever comes
We are the higher consciousness of whoever.
So it feels like that, and then I get the energy. But my question is about, because hypnosis, through the Lotus Canon, I don't know, I hope that you know, is about past lives, and to explore past lives and get the importance is not the past life, but there's two parts of this.
Well, when you get in touch with that inner being, what you're going to find, if you could really talk to their inner being, you'd discover that their inner being is never looking back, always looking forward.
Okay.
Because each of those past lives put rockets of desire that is still pertinent and calling them forward. And so non-physical never looks back, only forward.
So what I've been learning is that, is a question for you, our past lives are real, or is we are living parallel lives, or is it different dimension?
Well,
that's my question.
Past lives happened, they're real, and rockets of desire were launched, and so evolution happened, and so therefore it's real. Sometimes when someone's wanting to, in a now moment, read a past life, sometimes, in fact more often than not, you can't tell if you're reading their past life or their current vibration. All you can read is an active vibration, and there is no active vibration happening in this moment about a past life. It's like someone will say, well, I'm sure that I starved to death in past lives because I'm overweight in this life.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
But the thing about that is that when you reemerge into non-physical, you leave behind all resistance, everything, and you become the fullness of everything that this life experience has provided for you. And so it's from that vantage point that your inner being always operates. There are a lot of different advantages to a lot of different things, and we would never proclaim anything not of value. We're just explaining that inner beings do not look back. And so any time you do look back, your inner being doesn't look back with you. And everything that we teach is about joining your inner being, not departing from your inner being. But everyone's not ready for that. There are a lot of people that feel like they benefit. In other words, there are people that will say, I had this going on for a long time, and then somebody told me that in a past life this happened, and then I got over it. Well, whatever it takes for you to let go of something that's bothering you, could even be a distraction, but we'll hear you. But there's really not a whole lot of value in us trying to combine or compare methods of understanding non-physical.
The reason is I'm confused because it has deterred me from practicing.
What has?
The knowledge that I've been discovering that...
Where are you discovering it?
From other channelers and other people like in the spiritual world that I have heard, and says that there's no past lives and there's a parallel life. And I had a client.
No past lives?
That's everything.
No past experiences when you are eternal beings? Is that even logical?
That's what
it all just got started here. We laid down this many tracks in this one life experience. That's it. There's no inner being to measure against.
No, that's not. It's like everything is happening at the same time. There's no past nor future is only
Everything's not happening
now.
at the same time, but everything worth mentioning is.
Okay.
That's our point. The vibration that's active is the only thing you've got to bounce off of. What's active is what your playground is, or what your palette is. And that's why there's harmony in that, as we say, your inner being is only looking forward, because it's only what's going on right now. The relationship between what I humanly want and where I am, that's what it is. And so that squares with that.
So when we come in this human form, is basically to our spirit to have another opportunity to create in different ways, so we can explore more of ourselves, to be our divinity expressing itself in different ways.
And for what purpose?
That's what I don't know.
For the pleasure and the delight.
The pleasure
of creating, because we are all eternal beings. Finding something of interest to focus on, and then being so good at focusing purely that the law of attraction gathers the cooperative components. The energy that creates worlds flows through each of you. And you didn't come frivolously. You came with strong determination, strong interest in being exposed to more variety and finding new things to launch rockets about, knowing that once you launch the rocket, that it could become a pure manifestation for you, but even if you never let it be, it still exists as a point of attraction that lights up the sky for others.
When I connect into, like, I'm going with a client and we are discovering their life, and then they're talking about a past life, or I'm going to my own experiences. What happens if I see myself dying in my past life, and then is that
That's logical,
me?
because you died in every past life. Every one of them.
So is that a correlation for my new life?
This is the way we've explained it. Someone will say, I had a past life regression experience, and I was told this and this and this. And we say, we don't know if it was your past life or somebody else's, but this is true. It's active in your vibration now, or no one could have read it. It's active in your vibration now, or no one could have read it. And so some have found that by reading it and making it something that was past instead of present, maybe that's easier for people.
So anything is for your own benefit, and then whatever you correlate or you see is because your higher self.
We like this conversation for this reason, and only this reason.
It's okay.
No, we like it. We like it for many. We like this conversation for this reason. Most humans are trying to do all of their creating, their being, their making things happen through the translation of vibration that they do with their physical senses. So they're missing the main event, because they're missing the vortex version that they contributed to enormously since they got here in this physical incarnation. So satisfaction comes from only one place. It comes from having a desire and moving in the direction of that desire. And the reason that that is so is because every one of you has literally become a vibrational version that you haven't let yourself catch up with yet. But everything that your inner being is about gathering the cooperative components, you being one of them, so that you can catch up with what you've created, because that's the satisfaction. That's what you said you wanted when you decided to come. And so this is the reason we like this conversation. It is a hard sell, S-E-L-L. It is a hard sell to get you to be less physical sensory and more emotional sensory. And it's because you are more non-physical than you are physical. But the physical part of you is to enhance the non-physical, and the non-physical is to enhance the physical. And when it all works together, then you get to have the leading edge experience of discovering something new, and the leading edge experience of then moving into the frequency of it. And then you get to join your inner being while you get to experience the full-blown manifestation of it. When you launch a rocket of desire, your non-physical selves, the inner part of you, experiences the fullness of your creation, whether you ever let yourself catch up with it or not. But you could have done that from non-physical. You said, I want to be in a body and I want to have physical experiences and I want those physical experiences to expand for me. I don't want to just go and regurgitate and live the same way that the generation that is there is living. I want to explore and I want to decide. I want my personal decisions to matter. I'm going to launch the rockets. And your inner being said, and we will remain here non-physically focused. And each and everything that you send to us, either by knowing what you don't want so we know what you do want, or by saying, this is what I want, everything that you send, we will focus upon unendedly and with zero resistance. And the law of attraction will respond to us. And as the law of attraction responds to us, as we focus upon your desire, you will experience, if you don't move, you'll experience the tug. And if you still don't move, you'll experience the tug. But when you do begin to move, you'll experience the satisfaction of moving toward what you are wanting. So much of what you are doing is beneficial. Just understand that you are eternal beings and you've been around a long time. And you've laid down a lot of tracks. And when you reemerged into non-physical, the only thing that remained of everything that you lived was the becoming that you asked for. Not one obstacle is part of that mix. Not one piece of resistance is part of that mix. We know this about you. As you take this in, and we know you are, and we know it's a little hard in a couple of ways, but not many, you will hear the value and truth in so much of what you're teaching. As you listen back to this recording, you'll recognize the benefit that you're offering to people through your process that harmonizes with what we're talking about here. Esther used to feel frustration. She would say, Abraham, why are those teachers lying? Especially when she started with us. People would come like you are here, like he did at the very first part of the day, and present things that are different than what Esther has come to know as what Abraham teaches. Why are they making stuff up? She would ask us. Why are they lying? And we said, Esther, if everyone was in exactly the same place, then every teacher would be in exactly the same place. But there is variance, even from person to person in one day. There's variance in where you are. But one thing you can always be sure of, your inner being always knows where you are and always knows what you're asking for and is always advocating for you in that way, 100% of the time. And then there are those like you or like Esther that aid in the facilitation of that self-discovery. Yeah.
So, this is a personal question. Of course, I'm a person.
You know, for the first time ever, Esther asked for this table. And the reason she asked for this table was for this. And so, it's 100 tears too late, but there it is.
So, the reason, because I'm in a transition, so like...
Everyone is.
The lady, the doctor...
Everyone is.
So in the crossroads, so I'm a veterinarian and I have this pull that took me into being a practitioner because I do follow the law of attraction. I'm a firm believer, and I have seen miracles in my life by following your passion, and synchronicities happen. But it comes to a point where you are so indoctrinated by limiting beliefs.
Really good word.
And it's really hard to let go of those limiting beliefs and start following what you love.
But see, when there's a desire, that's why we said, if you're not looking back, focusing on the desire, it causes the limiting beliefs for the most part to become inactive. Then they're not a factor.
Okay. So just by doing this work, I don't have to worry. It's like whatever is good for that person is a service for them. And at the same time, I grow and then create all these beautiful experiences for my life.
We just want to say to you, when you want as you want and you are as you are, you're not getting it wrong. You're right there at the right place in the right time for what someone is looking for. And the satisfaction that you feel is evidence of that.
So just feel worthy and then everything will be okay because you're worthy. So be yourself. Doesn't matter what. And then just... Because I'm learning, so we are infinite beings, but I'm the only Catherine in this world. So I want to express myself as much as I can and have all the experiences
Here's
that
the
I
thing,
can
this is a wonderful conversation that follows the one just before. And you're not the giver of so much that you think you're the giver of. Because each person that you are interacting with is a self-attractor. What you are is a facilitator to help them let in what they're asking for.